Hello transport nerds and fellow planners, and welcome back to Talking Planning. And today we're going to do something quite a bit different. So as you may have noticed, I've done a lot of transport based content recently and for some foreseeable time. And I agree, transport is only one part of planning. So I thought that today might be a good day to start trying something a little bit different. And we're going to talk today about green space, parks, nature reserves and public open space for all to enjoy. So I've decided to come to one to film this video. I am at Mt Penang Gardens, which is just around Gosford way. So why did I choose here? There's tons of green space in Newcastle. Well, it turns out that I had to go and pick up my car from some repairs and mechanical work in Sydney. And quite frankly, I was bored of sitting on the M1, so I thought I'd come stretch my legs and explore Mt Penang Park. Opened in 2003, Mt Penang Gardens boasts over 8 hectares of native beauty, and 70% of plant species in the park are native to Australia. Other than the name, there's no clear relationship to the famous Malaysian city, but the area has been known as Mt Penang since the late 19th century. Prior to being opened as a public park, the site has had a much more macabre history, being home to juvenile justice centres and reformation homes through much of the 20th century. After a bit of historical reading, it was clear that the facility was known for its harsh discipline and mistreatment, and there were many reforms over the years to try and improve the treatment of residents. The last remaining correctional facility in the vicinity closed in 2015. Mt Penang Juvenile Justice Centre was listed on the New South Wales State Heritage Register on the 19th of September 2003. Fortunately, today's park is much more humane and beautiful, offering well-maintained native vegetation and 28 species of birds to look out for. You will see quite a few of them around, although perhaps my most intriguing find is the milk crate fish spotted lingering around the lagoon. But of course, what gentrified public park is complete without its own park run course, which you can come and check out if running is your thing. But since running isn't my thing, let's continue exploring through the park. So as I walk around this rather lovely natural path and park, you might be thinking, well, Mr. Talking Planning, that's all well and good having lots of lovely green space, but I don't have several hectares of land to deliver it with. Well, a couple of things to talk about here. First of all, if you've got residential blocks, generally you will have space somewhere, or at the very least, your planning system should require you to have space around your property for some greenery, other than just grass and mowed turf areas. But let's just say, okay, no, that's not the case. I have got a suburban block with high density residential, or, something that's quite constrained. That means I can't just, effectively put more planting in. And I understand that too. But don't give up, because there are lots of options for adding in more greenery. You could go and, for example, put a green wall on. You could have some plants on your balcony. You can have some plants inside. And if you're actually developing a building, have a little bit of a think about where you have your pathway entries and what you can do there with a little bit of greenery, and where possible, definitely try and use some of those native shrubs and trees varieties, because they are going to be more tolerant to the environment. So definitely don't discount having planting on your property. It's a good thing to do. And I'm back with these beautiful bottle trees. They're stunning, and I'd love to see a few more in local parks. But the question is, how well do they tolerate the environment? So I've been wandering around this park for, I don't know, about 15 minutes now. And what I haven't been able to do yet is find out the significance of the Mt Penang bit. I guess I'm going to have to try and find that. But behind me is a water feature, which is quite lovely. And around here is more moorhens and a cafe right behind me, which I think I'm going to go and check out now. Fortunately, the cafe does a decent coffee and a variety of meals. You can also pick up a map and a visitor's guide from the cafe. I decided to grab a table outside and enjoy the views of the lagoon and the rolling grass hills, which were a beautiful vivid green against the grey sky. Before heading off, I also decided it was great to check out some of the other unique attractions, including this beehive, this obelisk thingy, and of course the Queensland bottle trees. I decided not to hug one today, but I can see why the signs say go on, hug a bottle tree. I can't possibly showcase the park fully in such a short visit, but if you are in the area, it's definitely worth checking out. Alrighty, so now that I'm appropriately caffeinated, I think it's time to head on my way back to Sydney, and I want to say thanks for joining me. This has been Mt Penang Park, and I will see you again soon.